And I'm short.
You don't have to take everything that hits the tape.
Oh, come on.
We're dropping, aren't we?
What is that?
That's something that catches my eye.
Baby! Good Wednesday morning. We've got massive thunderstorms throughout the Midwest. A giant branch fell in my street and exploded. It was great. And we have dog in closet.
Hell yeah. What's new?
Yeah, same.
Tell me something I don't know.
Same old, same old. Dude is afraid of the thunder, so he hangs out when we're running it. Welcome, everybody, back to WhaleWatch. I'm doing a whole thing where we're not doing intros, really. We're just going to jump right into shit so nobody gets bored as they come in. So, let's jump right into it. We've got a whopping 2 minutes until market open. A nice green pre-market. NASDAQ has completely cleared some of my roadblocky levels that I like to short, so I got a feeling I'm going to be keeping hands off the dial to start off the morning. Let me throw on the hourly. We are right at the top of the last rejection range. That hit and sent us back down to the 29,500s, and they're pushing right above it. It looks like they just barely squeaked above that last session high. So let's keep an eye on that. I wonder if they give a firm rejection off of that, or if we're just going to pop it and push back into those new all-time highs again. Little bit of a way to go on the NASDAQ for that. SPY is trading just below 775 this morning as well, going into open. So I wonder if that holds. Sound off in chat what you think SPY's going to do into the end of the day. We're only going to catch a couple hours of it. Let us know what you think anyway. With that said, Anthony said that he swung NVIDIA calls. What are you sitting on, dude? You got 1 minute.
Intel calls. I got Intel.
Dude, I did that on Monday, too. I suck. Oh, my God.
That's okay. I mean, same thing, right? Same thing.
No, but yeah.
I mean,
no.
let me pop them up here. I just got to kind of... Yeah, I got these yesterday, the 814.98 calls. These...
No.
Yeah, big opener there. You had 6,900 come in yesterday at, it was a clean opener at the time, obviously a little more volume now, but these yeah, we just opened. I want to see what we're trading at here. So let's see.
Oh, those should get some nice move open.
Yeah, we're about $2 in the money
there
now. Yeah, there's your big move. Yeah, so I need to go manage a position.
Yeah,
so
go ahead and take profit on that.
I'll be back in a couple seconds here.
We gotta set it up so you get a ding on your desktop. Dude, it's still going. Take your gains. Oh shit.
Dude,
did you just swing 100%er?
That's a what am I at here? Mine's not updating yet on my fucking broker. What's it showing here? 294. Yeah, it's over 100%. All right, I'm just throwing stuff on here. That's
oh, you are in the money like a boss. Let's fucking go. That's how we open up the show with a 100% swing trade on Intel, baby. No random porn account. We are not available for hookup here, guys. Go ahead and ban that person, Tucker. God.
On it.
Right, I got
they didn't even wait. Right out of the gate. Right out of the gate. So we've got a 100% swing trade right at the top of the show on Intel. And we've got solicitations for sex in the chat before the show even starts. That's how we do shit on WhaleWatch, folks. That's how we do it.
Yeah, that's a pretty big gain. It's a pretty big gain. And, I'm very selective with the flow that I'm taking. And I'm mad because I did a really small position with CPI and they're so short dated. Like, I'm like, fuck, man. But that's okay. That's okay. I'm not going to argue with that at all.
You can't be mad about 100% gainer. Good catch, too. That was really clean flow. Before we start punting futures contracts around, go ahead and break down that original flow. Tell the folks why you took that trade. Because that is clean, dude. Look at that.
So let's go back to yesterday here. So when this came in, it was 6,900 contracts. At the time, we only had... What was it? Yeah, I was looking at the 10th there for a second. We only had 1,600 open contracts. So, it's an opener right away, just based off that volume to open interest coming in at the same time. This tape was actually very, very nice. Let me come back down here and find it. Look at that big IV spike on that tape when it came in and all the fills at the ask. I mean, this was pretty clean. I mean, you had a couple, tailors with that IV dropping a little bit here, but it's only on a couple contracts. Usually I'll kind of discount it if it's a couple contracts. Now, if it was at like 233 size, that's a little different. But yeah, that big IV spike when it came in, that was a big catch for me there. And then, yeah, that's, but even kind of looking at that too, I mean, like, go back to yesterday. When this came in, look at that big spike in the net call premiums. Net volume was up there too. But I mean, premiums for the most part, like if you were watching these into the end of the day, it wasn't,
Yeah, it really
anything
leveled off
really
there.
sticking out. Yeah. But there was also, since we're talking about it, there was another, let me go back to yesterday, another Intel call that hit the tape as well. Another short dated one that came in after. Geez, not ITN, INTC. I just got filled on my Intels. Okay,
Try
darn, I
turning
got
it off
filled
and
on
on
my
again.
Intels. I probably should. Yeah, look at the other ones that came in here. 26 cents. They're up at 115 now. Yeah, Intel is absolutely shooting up right now. But yeah, that's it. And there was an Nvidia one too from yesterday that I wanted to swing. I thought the Nvidias looked a lot better than the Intels actually. They were, let me go find it here. I got it on the side here. It was the 217.5 calls here. Yeah, these, look at the big Nvidia opener from yesterday here. And there's not usually a lot of big Nvidia openers. We had 7,700 contracts come in against 4,800. So, I mean, it was a big opener here, and that flow was pretty textbook on these
Bad boy
as
stayed
well.
open too.
Yeah. Yeah, again, another nice... this might be a little, let's see, hold on. It looked cleaner on my end when I saw it here. I got my original kind of post here. So it was a repeated hits ascending fill there. So, I mean, you had that IV coming up there. I don't know why sometimes you try to go back and it doesn't look like it did in real time. But yeah, I mean, these looked good, and yeah, they're up today as well. I want to see what they're up today. I wanted to take these a little bit. Yeah, these are, $5 yesterday. They're up at 7.09 now. So yeah, good move on those two.
I do want to toot a little horn really quick, but I'm not in anything. Unfortunately, I was looking at your shit, which is fine. We'll have plenty of time to take some scalps. But that spot on the NASDAQ I was looking at, they pinged it and shoved it right back down about 110 points, right above that high from a few sessions ago that I was watching here in the hourly. Wicked right off of it, straight down 110 points off. So that's cool. I'm going to be keeping an eye out for each of these levels on the way down. I want to see if they can start stair-stepping this, or if they're just going to rally. We were up a little over 1% in the pre-market on the NASDAQ. Now we're up about 0.9%. So nothing too crazy. That was a clean rejection, and that's the one I was looking for, so it sucks I missed it, but it is what it is. What is our gamma profile looking like this morning?
That position, it's kind of falling off a little bit here, but we're in the middle of that negative gamma. And hey, I had my first losing day on Periscope yesterday in a while. That setup yesterday was just so choppy, and I kept telling myself, I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. I actually hit my drawdown yet, not like on the full account, just on the daily drawdown. I hit that yesterday, and I'm like,
dude, I kind of had a similar experience yesterday on the other funded account. I went balls to the wall, kind of. Not really. It was normal sizing, but a really, really, really wide range. And my trade went from positive about 350 to negative 400 in one candle on the reversal yesterday morning. And so I went ahead and I took it there, and I was done for the day. It's fine. I took a red day yesterday. We get it back a little at a time. I'm not too pressed about it. But sometimes you just got to take it on the chin and move on.
Yeah, that's the first day I've had a losing full day on Periscope for, a good couple weeks there. So look at that, you got Intel chasers coming in right away in the morning. Like, we don't need to chase them. We had them yesterday.
You got your gains, right? You took profit on that.
Yeah, my stop. It's kind of pulling back a little bit right now. Yeah, it's already down about 2. Especially on a weekly. I'm probably gonna take profits no matter what. Right at open on something like that.
No, absolutely clean trade, dude. That's a good way to open the show.
Yeah,
that's a good way to open the show. For those of
Ooh,
you
they're
just
building up.
trailing in, Wednesdays are going to be our flow heavy days. Monday will be our futures heavy days. We'll still be taking our futures scalps, don't you worry. I don't think I could resist. But we'll be doing a lot of flow reviews throughout the show, so feel free to drop in what you want to see, and we'll start creating a little backlog to go back and take a look at. So don't worry about it. We will be doing flow today. Mondays are the ones that are a little bit more restricted to futures moving forward. We'll keep Wednesdays wide open and mess around a little bit.
I like them trying to build up here too. Speaking of futures,
Yeah, they're kinda, like,
77.90 is
lower
kind of
half.
building up. I'd love to see us kind of pull back down here and maybe target along, but I'm not touching anything in the middle of the negative gamma zone. Absolutely,
I would
not.
love them
Nope.
to pull back down there too.
See if we can get something
For
going on.
reasons.
You see, you notice how our Wednesday shows are a little more, enthusiastic with us.
Yeah, because we're not dead from not
that
sleeping all
Monday-
weekend.
Dude, I was dead yesterday.
You're not dead from getting toasted by a wine cooler.
I
All right, check this out, folks. This is why I said I would love for us to flush down there. I was in that short on that pop. I mentioned at the top of the show I wanted to see if we could start stair-stepping down. They're doing a little bit of that. I'm not going to let this go below 120. We're going to take 20 points if this bounces back up on me, and I won't care. But I would love a new low of day. That would be my ideal situation. Let's see if we get two good trades right off the open. We had Intel, and now we have a $1.75 on the Nazi. 2 for 2 on the morning, Anthony. Let's get a little hype
there
out
we
here.
go. So I think that means we're done for the day, right?
Yeah. End the show.
Just 9 minutes and hey, we're done for the day. Yeah,
BK
like I-
not misread. So BK asks, can you explain your losses further? How is it with Periscope info loss, though it provides possibilities, not guarantees, misread data? No mismanaged positions in my case. I should have taken profit on that trade, and I held for more and got absolutely lambasted by a recovery candle. And then the trade ended right back up in profit anyway. But it went pretty damn close. You remember a while ago, BK? I'm pretty sure you were here for this. I went on a whole rant about close enough. I didn't listen to close enough, and I ended up just getting reversed on. And then it went right back to where I was before, but I had already locked my account because I'm responsible now. Yeah, it just a bad management of a good trade was what it was.
I can show you where I got stopped out yesterday. it kind of like
That
you,
literally
kinda got
right
screwed.
there, that giant green
my
uppies.
right in
that's
here,
where I got
right in
stopped
there.
out.
That's what got me too. That's what
I got
put me
greedy.
down big.
We made it damn close to my target. I held on to it too long. Lo and behold, I got punished for it. And guess what? Then we just shit the bed the entire day. I missed out on
Yep,
all of
that's-
these shorts because I was irresponsible with one trade. But it is what it is. I had to take the trade off. I had to
situation.
stop. Yep.
Yep,
It happens.
It,
man.
it's worse when you have the correct direction and you get stopped out. That's I'd rather just be completely wrong.
Yeah, especially when
and-
you were like right to begin with. I was pretty well in profit. I should
Yeah.
have taken that gain and waited for the back test to get back in, and I did not. That's just how it be sometimes. We've made it all the way down to my 850 level on there. Maybe I should have gotten cocky this morning, but nah. We took 175 there. We're going to chip away a little bit at yesterday's $400 loss, and we'll get there in due time. But now I want more back testing than that. Let's see if they can reject 884 again. But like I said, folks, we're going to keep the flow rolling today as well. We'll be going back and forth between flow and futures on Wednesdays. So if you have ticker requests and direct contracts you saw that you want broken down, we will jump on in there. We're building up a little list back here to take a look at.
I do have something interesting to show you too that I found during yesterday here. So obviously, you know, anything earnings is going to be a gamble, but it's just kind of fun to go back and see what happened. CoreWeave absolutely ripped off earnings. So we were talking about this a little bit yesterday here. You know, it's favored its implied move. It's hit it in its implied move, obviously, to the downside more recently. So I was kind of looking at that, and I was looking at the gamma
4 in a
he's
row
on here.
outside of
Look
their
at
implied. That's how you make money
look
on
at that.
options.
Look at that daily. Well, let me go back to Tuesday here. Look where we were trading, and I was looking at that 10-day gamma there. That 95 there was just kind of sticking out to me there. Obviously, I'm not going to play anything for earnings, but that 95, just a clear path up to it there. And your absolute gamma at 100, we were sitting in that put wall there too at the time. I'm just like, oh, that looks good. And then CoreWeave's up a good 20% this morning. on earnings. Obviously, it's easy to go back for earnings and kind of look at the hindsight and stuff and pick out the stuff. But I was looking at that in real time. I'm like, maybe if I was brave, I'd take something. But
it is fun when an earnings, when you're looking at a ticker and on earnings, they tend to go outside of that implied. That's the only thing that gives me a little bit of a tendency to really consider an earnings trade.
Yeah,
I missed my entry there, but that's all right. I'll get another chance.
I've been burnt on too many, even just like lotto earning. I hate spending, $30-$40 on it. Or like I can go spend that and it's a lotto ticket. It's a lotto ticket.
Just get a scratch off at that point.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing.
Depending on what happens, the odds are similar. That's where the gambling narrative on trading kind of comes into play. If you're messing with earnings a lot, that's where it comes into play for sure.
Yep. Man, they're kind of dropping that positioning off up here.
They are.
Now, kind of.
We are just smack in that negative gamma. I really want a steeper back test to then flush to the bottom of it again. Ew.
I think Snore's friend is back. I think Snore's got a friend back. Let's look at these.
Dude, the Burlington rinse and repeat shorter is an absolute
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen the SpaceX guy for a while. I haven't even looked
for him, I'm gonna be honest. I'm just sick of him making money hand over fist.
Coming in as a block trade at the beginning. I'm sure it's probably your short whale there, but I gotta send it over.
We do have a couple of blanket requests as well. One sitting on Google here for HTZ and AG. Let's pick one of those. We'll go with HTZ. We haven't looked at that bad boy in a while. I remember that thing used to get caught up in some meme shenanigans back in the day. And then we have a direct contract from Electra on YouTube as well. And we'll kind of chop back and forth, folks. We'll go back and forth.
All right, I had a ping. Mr. Snore, I'm sure he probably already saw the fucking short put, but it's funny. All right. Let's
just
get
do a blanket on HTZ
so let's do
first.
Yep. Oh God, hurts. Brad was looking at that a couple days ago too. Speaking of,
dude, Hertz was a meme.
Hertz there. We were
like 5 years ago. Oh man.
We were looking at this Monday too. Look at the heat. I don't think it was the heat one. I don't remember what we were looking at fully on it. Maybe it was just the gamma side of things here. Was that Monday? Yeah, all that gamma was kind of stacked above us there. The heat zones on those kind of sub $5 stocks make it
they get spicy
difficult to see.
It doesn't take much for those to get messy.
Where we were yesterday, we were looking at the short interest and all that. Yeah, Monday's short interest on it was like insane and everything. He was looking at the shorts and everything. Like I am not that,
I don't go that
into finding the short squeezes and stuff. I'm like, dude, the data Brad pulls is just insane sometimes. I'm like, dude, that's just insane. But yeah, we were looking at that. This thing obviously is already kind of pumped a lot there. There's your kind of big ask side call premiums there. How about these? I was gonna say kind of some ask side, but we got a lot of open interest here. I don't know if we're gonna see anything new on it
now. I'm gonna be honest, I did a little bit bigger than I usually do. I usually go 2 to 3 contracts. I am in 5. My stop's already moved to break even. We can continue with Hertz, and I'll update this once it's done. But I think we're gonna get back yesterday, basically now. Go ahead.
I'm just kind of looking at these here. Yeah, a lot of this volume is a lot lighter than the open interest here right now. So not really seeing anything opening right now. Yeah, we can look at the heat zone. We're in the heavy positive gamma right now. Look at that. Look at our little put wall here. This is our support spot here, but that sub 5. That's why I don't like the heat zones too much on the sub $5 stocks, just because they're so kind of scrunched together.
Yeah.
But you got your call wall at $3 there. It's 20% above us there. That's a ways to go, and I wouldn't want to short a short squeeze either. So there's that too. But yeah, I'm not seeing anything for flow really coming in on that now. Yeah, the tape's just kind of messy here out of the gate. Yeah, we check it again in a little bit here, see if anything new comes up there. Let's
jump on that contract request. I like when people
Yeah.
directly request contracts. It is nice to do full-blown overview reviews of tickers just to show how we kind of dissect it from a raw point of view. But I like getting clean contracts like that. Like, that is clearly a sizable opener.
Yep.
Like, that is
Yep,
clearly a new position. And the whole thing carried over. Damn. Like,
Yeah,
where are you finding that shit?
that's one of those, just like, if you're beginning to like learn flow and all that, like this is what you kind of want to watch, like the heavy volume where you can easily see it. Like, the more seasoned you get, you can kind of do those like 1500 size contracts. They're a little, because you can get some intraday volume in there and stuff. But I mean, like a 22,000 size contract, it'd be pretty hard to miss a 20,000 size exit on something like that. Yeah, let's take a peek at these here. Yeah, they're up significantly today. 128. We're at 145. Oh, they're up a bit. I mean, significantly is probably not the correct word. Ooh, was this a multi-legger? Was this a multi-legger? I see it was a big multi-legger.
What are we doing here? Ew.
Ooh.
All right, let's look at we're rolling. This is a rolly. Look at that open interest. Look at the expirations. This is a roly-poly-oly. I got stopped out at break even on that one. What a candle. What a candle.
Jeez,
as you can see, we got nowhere near my profit take on that. I got stopped out on this candle. Look at the abuse, folks. All right, I'm going to be looking for a new entry, but we're popping right back toward baseline from the open. So keep an eye on that. They are finally pushing up through that negative gamma zone that Anthony was watching earlier. I was hoping we'd flush to the bottom. No harm, no foul. We got break even on that one. But yeah, this bad boy right here on UMC, this is a rolling spread. Now, which spread is it? Let's look at that fill profile. We've got ask side. Here. Go ahead and go back up there.
Let's pop these over too.
Yeah, that's gone. That's gone.
Yeah, that's
gone. Yikes.
That's a messy one there. That is a kind of.
Let's go back up to the new position. Maybe that'll give us a better idea of what this was opened as. All right, so we've got 128 fills and a bid ask of 120 to 135. That is ask side. The other one's a perfect mid-fill, though, so that doesn't help us at all.
Yeah, and I mean, this is so close to the mid-fill, too, almost, where it's... I mean, you're not going to get a even number between 15 cents. So, I mean, it's slightly on the... It's almost a mid-fill. I'd almost treat that as a mid-fill.
Yeah, a little harder to read when we get the unclean fills. We do have a very obvious opener. It's just hard to tell which ones are long, which ones they're short. I would venture long the lower strike and short the higher strike, but it's hard to say with fills like that, especially when we have one literally smack dab in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of hard to be long on something like that.
We can check if there's any other accompanying flow that's interesting, though. That maybe gives us a better idea whether this guy is bullish or bearish. It's just hard to tell with those fills, I'll be honest.
Yeah, it looked good in real time. Oh yeah, and this thing doesn't get a ton of option trades either. Just kind of looking at it, I mean, just kind of flat. Oh, we had something back here on the 16th. I wonder if that's part of something there. Oh, look at that. I think that's part. I wonder if that multi-legger has been kind of rolled out, messed around for. Oh yeah, it is that 821.24 that had that big spike back there. Let's look at the 716
real quick, folks. We have successfully wiped out yesterday's losing day. Let's fucking go. Let's go. I'm just gonna flatten this here because I'm not gonna be a dick to try to break down all the way. This should be pretty close to basically straight up 25,000. 25,075 from negative 400 to profit, baby. I'm gonna give that a rest. Let's keep doing some flow.
This is that kind of we're looking at this candle here on the UMC, so that's what caused that spike back there on the 16th, and it looks like it's just been kind of something that's been a lot of multi-leg stuff on this one. Now we got some back there at this on 618. There's a trail on this one. I don't know if we're gonna.
Anthony
just
gets really
2016.
excited when you see a happy trail. Has this been
Yeah, and
rolling
then
end over end for forever?
yeah,
That makes me almost
yeah,
think that these are protective.
something.
These could be
Yeah,
short call spreads, and they're protecting shares, perhaps. Again, look at the fill prices though. The only one that
yeah,
28 does seem bought. So maybe with that new roll, they are indeed long the higher strike, short the lower strike. There is every possibility they're just shorting the shit out of everything. I would find that hard to believe, but these
yeah,
aren't necessarily directional the way these are rolling. These could straight up be
yeah.
these could be doing a spread around shares as well. I wouldn't call it a
I just want
collar. Collars are usually shorted like crazy. A lot of times a collar will look a little bit like a risk reversal. That's not what I'm seeing here.
527.
Yeah.
Yeah, these things just have been. I mean, this is kind of the opening position. It looks like here because at least here's your volume a lot lighter than the open interest. But yeah, I mean these go back to May, so I mean there's a lot kind of going on there.
Yeah, they've been keeping
Not
this
something
going for
I'd
a while.
probably want to track.
That
We
said,
can
all those
look-
short legs seem to be closing at full profit potential.
Yeah, I'm
Each time.
looking
Oh,
at the
we're
heat
right
zone.
up
I mean,
into it.
yeah, we're coming right up into that 20 strike there, and that's the absolute gamma as well. Yeah, I mean, if it's gonna dampen that price there, it would make sense for them to, be potentially short those. Obvious, it's so hard to tell on something like that. Like if it's an easy, one roll out there. I mean, this thing's 5 or 6 rolls on this thing, so it's like, But yeah, no, that's a good example. They're really good example of kind of going back there and actually finding out what that is. Because I mean, if you look at that just in plain numbers here, and you're not looking at the multi-leg or anything here, I mean, it looks like it's a it is technically a brand new opening trade, but it's there's previous history with it. Like if you just looked at this and you'd be, oh hey, look, they're up now and it looks good there. So I mean, it's a little, and that's why I avoid the multi-leg stuff, because we just sat there and questioned that thing for what 5-10 minutes almost, and it's like,
I'll be honest.
if you got to make it
Usually, I would have made it in real time. Like if I was looking for a position, I would have made it to
like a
about
second.
2 minutes of that. I would have made it
Yeah,
through. As soon as I saw that there was no directionality on those fills, I probably wouldn't have even tracked the historical rolls. But it's good to look at and break down things that I look for, that you look for, that keep us out of trades. Because knowing when not to trade, just as, if not as important as knowing when to trade.
hey, I'll be honest with you. What if I would have saw it was 100% multi, like I would have even looked at it. I mean, to be completely fair with you, there, I would have. I do not spend time. Like I might just click it to see if it's a roll or something like super simple, but like no, if I click that, I'm gonna be like, nope, I'm not even gonna waste my time there. You're already kind of doing a 50-50 guess on seeing a single leg piece of flow. Multi legs add so much different.
Yeah, if I have to
different
think too
variables
hard,
into
I
it.
tend to just not.
Yeah, like like Dan, Snore, and you, like you guys that do read the multi legs really good. Like I don't like them. I don't like them. I've never like did it like Nate. When he does a breakdown on multi legs, I'm just like, dude, I don't even know
Yeah,
how
that's
you're
that's
like.
basically all Nate does for the
just-
most part.
yeah,
Nate does a ton
that's-
of calendar spreads, which is above my head. But we have really good write-ups. If you go to the Information Center on Unusual Whales, /information, I just caught another short and I'm already taking it, so I won't even talk about it.
Just trading in the middle of negative gamma. That's just
there are
no-no,
a couple
man.
of good write-ups about calendar spreads. One using the Unusual Whales API that's really damn good. I'll probably be messing with that next week to do my own example with it, just to kind of show off you don't have to be a big brain to use the Unusual Whales API. It's pretty straightforward. You can basically copy paste prompts into that thing. Pretty dope. All right, let me click around here just a little bit. I'm not gonna just chase a short again, even though I'm tempted. So I'm gonna get some stuff open here. We're already plunging into that next range of that negative gamma. We're right at the bottom of it. We've got 2 more strikes to go before we hit that pocket of positive gamma at 77.30, 77.25, and they're gunning for it right now. We're at 77.44. net put premiums are spiking, net call premiums are dropping. Now, mind you, that's in tandem with stock price action here. But what was really interesting to me that made me like that last short that I took is while SPY was rising, this yellow line, while that went up, guess what was also rising? Net put premiums. So while SPY was trucking to the upside on that bounce off the open, net put premiums were rising. Money was transacting puts on the ask or near the ask. So people were positioning bearishly while we were rising. And so that compounded with the fact that I've been waiting for it to flush the rest of this negative gamma zone. When we took that first short, we were trading at 77.55, give or take SPX. I wanted them to flush to the bottom of it, got stopped out on the first one on this pop, got right back into it, finally caught it. We're sitting near where my full SPX target would be, so I'm not going to chase into one now without a back test up. But you can see all of that positive positioning up above that Anthony was looking at is trailing off here. Look at that positioning rolling down. We've got a build up at 775, and all of that above 7,800 has fallen toward the negative this entire move while we're building up way down at 77.25, and as far down as 76.90 is building up on the 0 days. So right now, I'm still feeling nice and bearish off of the open, so I'll be looking for new re-entries.
Yeah, what's our tide doing? What's our market tide doing? Oh, puts are trying to climb up a little bit here.
That's part of what got me into that short. You see that big SPY pop?
Yeah.
Puts were rising while we popped, so that got me in. That got me feeling froggy.
Do we want to look at Tesla here? It looks like we got a couple blanket requests. Tesla, Google.
And I'll
Tesla,
interrupt and get loud if I jump in again. Right now, they're kind of setting up in ways that I'm a fan of.
Something. Yeah, Tesla, just kind of looking at the daily right now. A lot of ask side put premium coming in. Call premiums pretty at the lowest level of the day right now. Net volume's pretty negative here. Going to be hard to kind of maybe find an opening contract with Tesla just because there's so much volume on it. I mean, you're seeing 0-day contracts come in here. There's not going to be a signal in here. You just look at here. I mean, there's so much volume in here where you can't tell if somebody's opening something, closing something, so on there. Even just like look at yesterday. I mean, you had 27,000 contracts transacted, only 1,300 carried over. Yeah. So I mean, high volume doesn't necessarily mean it's a good piece of flow. You want clean high volume essentially.
You want that carryover too.
Yeah, let's see if we can find something though. Let me get rid of 0 days because we're not going to find probably anything opening on 0 day. If we do, hey, that would surprise me. That would surprise me. Let's go in here. Let's take our multi-legs down. Let's make sure we don't have anything super deep in the money. Whoa, what am I clicking? There we go. All right, let's take a peek here, see if anything interesting is catching our eye. I'm looking at my volume column here, trying to see if any of that volume is greater than that open interest here. Just kind of scanning. I'm not seeing anything really flow-wise on that there. Nothing catching my eye there. I mean, these 527-day outputs, we probably don't care about those too much. 856-day out calls, we probably don't care about them too much. I mean, I'm not that patient. Anyway. Yeah, I'm not that patient.
When I see really long dated stuff like that, I feel it's more of an investment or a protective position than anything else. I don't feel like it's short-term directional.
Yeah,
I tend to look at things like 60 days out and closer, sometimes 90, but usually that 30 to 60 days out is what I look for because when I swing trade options, it's like it's a couple of days to a week. I'm not sitting in a position for months, except for that RKT position. Fuck that guy.
Oh, that's yeah. We don't need to rehash that one, I don't think, for you. So flow wise, not really seeing anything on Tesla there. Let's clean that up. Let's look at the heat zone on it though. See if there's anything heat zone. That 2-day out, kind of interesting. We have a lot of positive gamma up there at 335, but we're already kind of down $5 on the day. Did we already kind of hit that? We opened up at 334-ish. So I mean, we were in that positive gamma, and again, you're kind of seeing that dampening effect there in real time, where we were up in that positive gamma, kind of dampened, and they sold into that strength there. We do have our put wall here right at 325, so we're kind of crawling up on that a little bit. Anything else kind of sticking out on our Gamma zones, not really seeing much there. And just kind of keep in mind too, this is only updated once a day. It's all derived from open interest, so you're getting it's fresh data, but it's not up to that date. If you want to look at that up to the date kind of data here, if you just come to that spot here and turn on that directionalized, it will kind of give you that little view there on what's going on there. But again, this is just assuming ask and bid side, I believe, on this one. I don't use this intraday here. I probably will start using it once the heat maps come out, but yeah, I mean, this is it's including everybody. They can't assume it's not like Periscope where it's just specific market maker data only. This is everybody. This is you, me, Nick, even Tucker, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, no, this is it gives you that kind of gives you that kind of directional bias, but again, it's not like Periscope where it's 100% market maker positioning there. But yeah, that heat zone there, if you still kind of like that heat zone with that positive gamma up there, keep in mind we did kind of reject it there. We are coming up on a put wall here. Just kind of keep that in mind there too. But yeah, we've already kind of tapped that up there. Even our 0 day, we were already up at that 335, and you see us kind of rejecting there already. So yeah, I mean, kind of nice to see it already, make a move so you don't chase something like that. But yeah, Tesla, I'm not seeing too much. We had those Tesla calls from Monday. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think they amounted to
those.
anything.
let me pop them up here. I got them saved right here. I think they saw a little green yesterday, but not too much. I mean, they got out yesterday. I think they got out yesterday.
Same day shenanigans.
So Monday, so we got 2,600 there, 26 there, so we're about 5,200 minus, so about 7,300 give or take. So most of that carried over. Look at that big spike there. So 5,000 there, and then you got 22. So I mean, this volume is very equal to that volume there, just from a number standpoint there. Now we don't know if it's the same person, but we did have a big drop in that open interest. It wouldn't surprise me, and we don't know for sure if these three hits are, related to each other. The educated guess would be they probably are, but seeing all three of those kind of carry over, and then you see that big, that volume's about equal to that. I think they might have got out there, and it seems like this. I mean, from our entry when we first caught them from 193, I mean, they came up and hit 215, and then even yesterday they were at 208, 219 for a high. So I mean, a little under 10% or so, but that's why I always tell people, I'm like, you got to adjust stops up. That's why, it's not flashy or anything, but like if I'm up 10%, I'm setting a stop on break even, because you don't know what can happen. You don't know if this whale would have came in later in the day and closed out. Especially on something short term. I mean, 16 days, it's got some time on it, but just because that whale's still in doesn't mean you should be in. Gotta take those profits when you kind of see them there. So
massive bullish positions by big money just expire worthless all the time after a huge gain.
Yep, I've got
a lot of
right
the big
here.
money, they're positioning around like other stuff that we can't see. The only time we see them is if they transact simultaneously together as a package. We'll flag it on unusual whales as a multi-leg transaction involving shares. But if we don't see that, but we do see massive positioning, a lot of times it's not strictly directional. It's still protective of other positions that we just don't see. And so, yeah, it might be directional in the short term, and that's why I play it despite knowing that. But you don't need to stay in just because that money's still in there, because we don't know why that money's in there in the first place. If they're long-term, if they're short-term. That's why I'm a bigger fan of shorter dated expirations, because if it's like a crystal clear directional play with only a week to go, you can kind of surmise that is a directional play. If it's going to expire tomorrow type shit. Now, granted, I'm not going to play one date contracts from the flow, but the premise is still the same.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many times that you see that too. I mean, like these Visa calls from last week, 171, they came all the way up to 291. Like, you think you should be taking profits when you're up that much? Because now, look, you hold because that whale's in there 31 cents now. even, let's see, I think these Home Depot, no, these aren't that, like these Apples, messy. There's so many examples there where that happens, where it's just, they're up 30-40% and then they're down like, oh, these kind of made a good move. I'm just kind of trying to see if I don't really have any saved right now. CVX here. Yeah, like here, I mean, these came in on Friday. I mean, 163, they're up at 506. You think you should be taking some profit on that or just staying because the whale's still in? Like,
Right. Yeah, take a
a little. I mean, even up here, I mean, $5 a contract. They're at 375 today. Like, if I'm up that much, and even to be honest with you, I mean, here 330 on that next day, on that gap up on Monday, I'm probably going to be taking profits. I mean, you're up, 100% on the contracts, over 100% on the contracts. You should be, thinking about taking profits. Like, leaving a runner here and there is okay, but like if you're holding a full position all the way up there and then giving up, I mean, like yesterday, I mean, these are up at 506 here. If you're not taking off profits there and you're in a full position, it sounds
bad
mean,
management.
but
It's like my trade yesterday. I held that shit too long. I got cocky for full target. I got fleeced. I got reversed on. We got it back this morning, so I'm not complaining. But same concept there. Like, just because you're up, even, like, you don't need to stay in a position. And it's, if you're up enough that you get the sentiment that it's house money, no, it's not. It's your money. You made it. Why are you going to give it back just because it was quote unquote free money? Like, we don't do that. Don't do that. Make your profits.
Well, and I mean, that's like me. I mean, you've known me long enough where I'm, I like that 15-20%. I think that's a really good sweet spot, especially you're tailing somebody on the internet that you have no idea who they are, no idea what their other positions are, no idea if they're just some random Reddit person posting flow. Like, you don't know who they are. So, I mean, if you're up, 15-20%, you shouldn't be letting that stuff go back to zero or even red. I mean, you should be taking profits, like sizing out slowly. Like, you're going to be a lot happier over time if you're taking, 15, 20, 25%, 30% gains. And yes, you might get like Intel here. I wasn't expecting 100% return on that this morning. Like, I was, it's just, you saw how quick I threw that stop on there too. I'm up 100%. These contracts expire at the end of the week. I'm not swinging these. I don't care if that whale's still in or not.
All right, let's jump into our man Consistency Spike's Amazon flow.
Yep.
Amazon could be a good one. He did mention that Jeff Bezos sold over $4 billion in Amazon shares. I want to point out that a lot of times insider transactions are scheduled and will happen regardless of price action. I'm not somebody who places a lot of value into executive transactions, depending on the context, right? Like, if we have earnings coming up and an executive has non-scheduledly dumped $4 billion or bought $4 billion, like, that could be interesting to me. But generally, I don't place way too much stock into it. I just use it as kind of like an ancillary data point, not the focus data point. But it is something you can keep in mind for sure.
So the Amazons here, I just want to go back here to this view, get a different view in here. So it looks like, there's been a lot of open interest sitting in this one for a while. So I'm going to assume we're maybe talking about that 7/31/83 expiration here. So let's go back here, 7/3/83. All right, so let's do this. So I'm kind of looking at this here. I wonder, and it's not super clean here. So I mean, you had 4,100 contracts here on 7/31, and you see like 1,300 there, some other hits there. We don't have that full volume carry over right away. Now, kind of looking at that here again, I mean, it's about 1,300 there, then you got another candle that's about 1,200 here that next day. And you see that kind of drop off the next day. I wonder if these were shorted and then bought back that next day. So 7.15 there, then maybe they came in, bought them back at $5. I mean, I don't know why you'd want. I don't know why. I mean, that's kind of a very long expiration to kind of be doing something like that on. Obviously, that it happens, but yeah, all that volume here on the third here, I mean, you only have that kind of this chunk here really dropping off of that. So I mean, that's what kind of makes me think that maybe they were short those puts and they bought them back quickly. I mean, that's kind of quick there for 128 days. But obviously, again, they who knows why people do what they do. But yeah, I'm just kind of looking at that.
That's pretty. That's pretty gone to me. I think that position, that initial one anyway, is just gone. There is a lot of outstanding open interest, but it's kind of hard to tell where and how it's filled. It's so over time and spread out.
Sitting in here too.
Well, let's jump back over to the overview page, see if we can find anything from like the last week or so. I imagine there's some stuff off the bottom there. We probably have calls coming.
You're gonna jinx it. You're gonna jinx it. Look at that. Yeah, let's look at today.
Who's punting around those 270s this morning? Those 270s had some volume.
270.
Now it's again, there's 0-day shenanigans on individual names now, so you got to be kind of careful with the Mag 7 right now. Nvidia, Amazon, Microsoft, they all have Monday, Wednesday, Friday expirations now. And like I said earlier, I'm not huge on 0-day stuff like that unless it's SPY and I'm trading Periscope. But something to keep in mind there. We've got a big pop in volume on these. We're already at 2x, almost coming up on 2.5x the amount of volume versus open interest. So we might have a little bit of new positioning here, but we're going to have to take a closer look.
Yeah, hard to really kind of get that there. I mean, maybe this 1500 one, but just, I mean, like look at yesterday, 5,400 contracts traded. We only had 98 carryover. So, I mean, that's the issue with that kind of high volume stuff there. I'm just kind of looking at today versus yesterday here. How long is this open interest? So I mean, we can go back
a bit of a
days here
if you look at it.
I mean,
it's
not 30.
I mean, there's singular raising the bar.
It's there's not any massive candles in there. Like it's a toughie. Obviously, you see, we're trying to grasp at straws on this one, but
we don't have to read too much into that one.
There's some sort of new positioning, I'd say, probably in this one there. Just kind of looking at it volume wise from the previous ones there. I wouldn't treat this as a signal though at all. At least personally, I wouldn't. Let's see if there's anything else on Amazon here quick. Let's hop through the feed here. Let's do this. We just pop on, reduce our multi-legs. All right, let's see what we got here.
Yeah, you really weed out all those multi-legs.
Yeah, yeah. You can tell I don't like multi-legs. I mean, like I put the cap at like 20% because it's not the full chain.
Yeah,
then it might be something else in there, but
I like having them for context because sometimes they can be pretty clearly directed.
Yeah.
Like if a synthetic long comes in, that's gonna pique my interest for sure.
Yeah.
For those unsure of what that means, a synthetic long is short puts, long calls. So you sell puts to open, buy calls to open, and that's about as gung-ho bullish as you can get. A collar looks similar, but the intent is different. Collars are built around share positions to emulate shares. That's technically what synthetics do too. But if you short puts and long calls, what happens to you if that price goes down? Anyone in chat want to take a guess at that while we wait for the stream delay to pop through to all of the platforms? What happens if you sold puts to open and bought calls to open? We'll give that a few seconds of crickets, and then I'm just going to answer the question anyway.
Should have just had Tucker run a poll for it.
No, I still have that SPY poll going. You get blown out. You lose money on both sides, right? If your price goes down in the stock price while you're short puts, the value of those puts goes up, which means what you sold them for loses value. You can end up owing money on a shorted position. You could owe money. And if you're also long calls, the value of those calls are going down with the stock price too. So you're losing money on both ends, just getting reamed on both sides of that trade. So synthetics aren't something I would say retail should be doing in mass, but I like seeing them in the flow because they're about as bullish as you can get.
Yeah. And kind of talking about the multi-leg there too, like on my normal flow feed, I leave multi-legs on just so I can kind of see that full context, like if something's coming in there. Usually when I go through the screener, that's when I kind of adjust it. But yeah, I'm not seeing much for contract-wise on Amazon. We can do a heat zone read on it quick though. Ooh, we're coming into that put wall here. Put wall at 270. Let's see, 9 days out there. I do see some positive gamma up there at 280. We're sitting on that 270 right now. Could act as a little dampening support. I like seeing that with our put wall, which is obviously 270 as well here too. Absolute gamma's up there at 280, which is going to act as the strongest magnet and pin, no matter what direction you're in. I like that 9-day out heat map on that one there, where it's, you know, it's kind of targeted up a little bit and you're kind of sitting on that support there. How about this 2-day out one? Oh, we got a little up there too, 280 there, and just kind of, I like to look at where that price was there just to make sure we haven't already kind of went up there and touched it. We did touch 273, but that's not really near that 280 there. I mean, maybe a little there at 275. That's why we're kind of seeing that dampening there, but majority of that gamma is on that 280 strike there. I like that 9-day out one the best there. That's the nicest looking, I'd say, gamma zone on that one there. But yeah, that's kind of it there.
Kinda it on Amazon. It gets messy when you start looking at big names in general.
Well, and we're, you know, if you just come over here and look at this too, I mean, look at our let me pop this on the daily. I mean, after earnings, and we had a big move up after earnings too. I mean, you know, most people aren't really wanting to kind of, you know, probably chase calls up here or really short it. Probably waiting for a decent entry here more so. Yeah, look at the, I like kind of looking at the gamma zones on that chart there too. Every once in a while, I'm just kind of see where that positioning is. But yeah, that's, I mean, Amazon is a very, very bullish chart overall, I'd say, but you know. Yeah. What do we got here? We got Google next.
Google, we can do, baby. I bet you Google Flow looks pretty similar to Amazon today.
Probably.
Right now, while you pull that up, I'll do a quick gamma read on what we've got going on and why I am still sitting on my hands. You can see we tested right at the bottom of that negative gamma zone. That's what I wanted earlier. We caught that short. It was beautiful. I was happy. Wiped out yesterday's losses, sitting in profit currently, but look at how all of this above us is still tailing negative. They're finally getting some buy pressure off of that bottom tick, pushing back through this negative gamma zone. I need a pretty strong rejection wick before I want to get short again, because just like we flushed through it, market makers can buy this right back up through it. And so when you're sitting in the middle of these ranges, I need a very clear rejection. We're getting a little bit of one now, but I need it to be stronger than that to be convinced to put size back on. Because like I said, market makers tend to sell into downward pressure and buy into upward pressure. Sell into weakness, buy into strength throughout negative gamma zones. We've already seen this morning one direction happen and we played it. Now I'm waiting to see if they're just going to reverse it and push back up through it, or if we're going to continue our flush back down toward that positive gamma at 77.30 and 77.25. So that's what I'm looking at there. Let's go ahead and jump into some Google.
I just want to look at market tide there quick. Yeah, I mean, premiums are, I mean, they're trying to kind of get in line. They're just, God, yesterday's was just so miserable too, like volume wise. We were going into power hour. I think we were at like 29 million for volume. I'm like, geez, dude. It's like 6 million after the first like couple hours. I'm just like, that's bad. But all right, Google here.
That's bad.
A lot of bid side. I want to see what that bid side call stuff was from yesterday. See if there's anything kind of massive looks. No, it's not that. Let's go over here and take a peek. Let's see. Let's just do. Let's see. I'm just trying to look. I want to see what that bid side call stuff. Nope. Oh, Jesus. I'm just clicking all over, dude. I click all over in the wrong spot 50 times like a day on this thing, and it's kind of bad. Okay, so it looks like this was kind of the bid side call from yesterday. Let's pop this back to yesterday. Yeah, kind of big contributor there. I mean, this is 1.2 million. Just kind of trying to look through our call side of things here. Let's just pop up the premium here and do it. Yeah, a lot of bid side call stuff yesterday. Let me just do this here. Where's my bid side? Let's do like 80%. And look at all those bid side calls from yesterday. About 3 million in bid side calls yesterday. Not really anything super, interesting. I mean, that volume was a lot lighter than that open interest. Oh wait, this is today. Oops, I gotta go back to yesterday. Jesus Christ, dude.
You're killing
It's
it, man.
okay. Now we're looking better. Yeah, here's all your big bid side call stuff from yesterday. Yeah,
You're
13
killing
million was. As I was like, oh, Wednesdays aren't that bad. Yeah, it's a lot
Instantly
of
kills
kinda,
it.
I'm just trying to
Murder.
kind of look here if it's
Murder of the
anything.
momentum.
let me pop them up. Pretty much. I got
Why am I
these
getting
yesterday.
double
The
feeds?
81498 calls.
There we go. I accidentally unpaused something, so we got a double audio for the crowd there. It's gone now. We're back to just one audio track.
All right, let's see if there's any flow on it today, though. Any flow on it today? Let's pop this up here. Oh, 0-day puts, probably don't care too much about that. And it's a double tap anyways right there. That could have been a quick in and out, 661, 749. That could be a quick in and out, especially if you're on 0 days.
We've also got that
Let's
open
just
interest discrepancy there.
Yeah,
way more.
Yeah, the 2400. Yeah.
Technically,
let's
every
see,
contract that's transacted so far today on this could be an exit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, all the volume's a lot lighter than the open interest. Not seeing too much there. We can do a heat zone read on it quick. Yeah, a lot of negative gamma on today here. Yeah, just kind of in the middle between two big negative gamma spots there. 340 and that 347.5, which are your two biggest spikes there. Absolute gamma's at 340. So, I mean, we're kind of, right there. So, I mean, not really getting a good clean direction. I don't really see anything kind of forward looking. I mean, maybe 2 days out there. We got some at 357, 357 and a half there. Let me just look at Goog heat zone here, just see if it's different. Usually they're very, very identical, but sometimes there might be a little difference on them. But yeah, I mean, like, yeah, they're very close here. Not really getting a good signal either way there. Absolute gamma's at 330, and I mean, you can see that absolute gamma's a lot different on this one here, obviously. That's why I kind of like to look at both of those a little bit.
It's nice to
I
have
bet
full
we don't have
context.
anything yeah, that's I hate that they do the split with Google and Google there. I mean, it's just one
Well,
has
it's just-
voter
it's
rights
voting-
and one
yeah,
doesn't. It's
voting
just
shares,
it's,
non-voting. A lot of companies do it, man. Shitloads,
Don't
heaps.
split your stock though. Don't split your stock like that though. I hate doing that. Just kind of looking at this in here.
Nasdaq's still
not
holding
really a
higher
clean
lows on
direction.
each drop down, but they're not setting any higher highs. So we're getting a little bit range bound within this negative gamma zone right now. I want to see something spicy. Give me something big. Give me something exciting. That isn't a Trump tweet yeet about war. We can do without that. Let's
right,
knock
so-
that shit off.
Yeah, that's enough of that. All right, let's go. So nothing really on Google. So how about AG? AG looks like one we haven't touched yet. First Majestic Silver. Let's do a little pop there. Just kind of looking at the premiums
Up about
here.
3% today. Ooh,
Yeah, look at that big
after
drop
a
in
big
put-
day of put premium too. Interesting.
Yeah, that's something I just want to take a peek here quick. Let's see. Maybe I bet you this is a multi-legger here. Something between each other there. Multi-leg. Is it going to give us it? No, it's not. Oh, interesting. Okay. Let's just kind of pop in here. I'm just going to do a quick flow read, see if there's anything in
Those of
here.
you hanging out in the Twitter chat, there is a poll going on the YouTube feed about different things you want to see on the show, and I want some input here as we move along, because our Mondays are now going to be spicier than ever with the live futures trading, and I want to know what you guys want to see more of on the show. What would make you stick around with our goofy asses for a few hours every morning? I'm going to drop that YouTube link in all of the chats. Head on over there and drop your vote. You don't even got to stay around if you don't want to. I just want your input, and we'll go from there, man.
AG here. Yeah, look where we kind of bounced off right off that 19 there. We're up about that. I mean, almost that there. I mean, minus the 6 cents. But yeah, I mean, just kind of the heat zone there. Just already kind of got that bounce there. Positive gamma down there at 18. Absolute gamma at 25. We're just kind of sitting in that put wallish area here. Kind of a really wide put wall and call wall there. But yeah, not really much for flow on it there. I already kind of looked there. I mean, you got short dated puts here, and this is an opener, but they're big 97% multi-legger too. which looks like some type of rolling up the strike there. Closing out that 18.5. Oh, well, then we got some open interest.
I'd be
there
hard
too.
pressed to
Yeah,
believe they're doing a roll on the same expiration when it's
Yeah,
2
that's
days
kinda
away.
goofy. Unless they're short the puts. Who knows?
What's AG
Yeah,
trading at right this second?
We are at 19.5, I believe. Let's go back. We are up at 19.45 right now. So, you know, be close. Be close. Yeah,
I wonder if they're going for at the money on the long one, expecting them to expire
pullback
just
or
in the money
something.
while they pocket the premium on the other.
Something, yeah. But yeah, nothing for flow on that one, really. All right, so we're kind of caught up there. We looked at the Amazon contract.
We can take a peek at Meta. We haven't looked at Meta yet today. That was part of a couple blanket requests there.
Yep, let's pull up Meta here. Meta, ooh, another one with heavy ask side put premium, a lot of bid side calls, heavy negative net volume. I just want to look at the 14 days here. And it's kind of, you know, some call premium there. We've already kind of made a move off that there. Kind of in line there. Let's just do a quick flow check. Let's pop here. Just kind of looking at my volume here. Maybe these 0-day puts, again, not kind of big on zero. Ooh, spicy, but not really anything. I mean, I'd want to chase now. There's just a lot kind of going on there now. And obviously, we're not going to be able to check that open interest tomorrow. Let's just see. Let's just scan this here. How about these 7-day out calls?
0 days on the individual names. If we see something crazy on SPY, we can take a deep dive. But on 0 days for these big names like this, it's gonna there's going to be so much volume on them. And it's going to be really hard to read.
Yeah. Here's a spread for you if you want to do this one. That's
the kind of profile where if I click it and it looks like that, I go ahead and close it right away. I'm not going to find anything directional in a cesspool.
I was excited. I'm like, hey, look, finally an opener on a mega cap here. Nope, big multi-layer. Yeah, I'm not seeing much for flow on Meta though. Let's look at our heat zone. 2 days out. We got a lot of positive gamma above us here. What are we? We're down $11 though. So I mean, you know, that 5. We're kind of already up in that positive gamma. Looks like we kind of already rejected that area. How about 9 days out? Ooh, spicy there at 600. What's our absolute gamma? 750. Kind of far away to really even, you know.
But look how it tailed up there and rejected every time it tested. That's interesting.
Yep. Yeah, I'm just kind of looking. Yeah, I mean, I don't really like the heat zone. I mean, especially after that rejection there. I mean, just kind of look where we were at this morning. 603. Here's our 2-day out. Oh, look at that. 610, 603. Look at all that positive gamma. There's our kind of dampening rejection spot there. But yeah, we are kind of coming to that put wall there, though. So maybe keep an eye out for flow, but nothing on my radar yet for that one. We already kind of looked at Tesla and Amazon. We just looked at both of them.
We do have a direct request for the CRM $210 calls for 821 from Electra on YouTube. Those of you just getting into the Twitter feed,
just sent that in the chat.
Take a quick little gander over to The Unusual Whales YouTube here. I dropped the link in the chat, and give us your vote. We're going to be doing some restructuring of the show starting next week, and I want to know what you guys want more of, so that's what we do. What would get you to jump in here at Market Open and hang out with us for 3 hours? What would you want to see for 3 whole ass hours? Go ahead and drop your vote. You don't got to stay there. You can head on over. Just drop your vote and then split if you want.
I hope they say you in a maid outfit. Please say you in a maid outfit every episode. Like that would be.
Oh, man.
What would you do if?
Actually, there's probably a lot of people who didn't see that. I'll go ahead and I'm gonna pull that up quick. I bet there's a lot of people who didn't see that. I'll flash that on screen for the homies real quick. 1 second.
All right, you do that. Imagine if you had 10,000 people say, "Oh, we'll come to every show, stay for the full time if he's in a maid outfit every episode."
People hung around for it, but the chat It wasn't a whole lot of flow requests or trade commentary. It was like 90% horny. And I'll take it. Don't get me wrong. I'm flattered. I'll take it. I'll take it. But it became not much of a trading show for a second. All right, where is that damn thing? There it is. Oh, God. Oh,
right,
shit. I
I'm just
forgot. I forgot, actually. I'm going to... Oh, no. We're fine. Yeah,
That
pause.
already made a pretty big intraday move yesterday, so I wouldn't probably
What's going on?
chase that one there. They are 100% in the money.
I'm showing them the made short.
That one there.
I know what you did.
Anything new?
Shut up,
He's showing
not
the maid
you.
episode. Just
Not
stand
you.
there. Just
Oh,
sit there like a good
God.
boy.
Don't lie to yourself.
Oh.
Everyone can hear it in your voice. And this was something you guys chose,
I'm just gonna dab
by
off
the
my
way.
sweaty pits.
We put this to a
Oh.
vote.
Oh,
We told you
Oh.
guys
God.
we would do it if enough people subscribed during a flash sale I did.
Man, that's...
And you did.
Dell's looking
And you
dope.
did. And so I had to suffer through it. So if you missed that episode, it's on
Do you
YouTube.
still have
fun.
that? Do you still have the dress?
somewhere? Let's talk even more 1,000% gainers. Yeah, that's how trading works.
I mean, we try. We try.
Oh, this guy. 10,000% gainers. I'll get right on that day over day. We'll furu this shit up.
I
baby.
mean, I gave you 100% inteller, but you know,
well,
I mean, you want to be fair.
Well,
Well,
you know.
kind of.
I don't know if you gave it.
Well, I gave it after the move.
Spana, I
but
agree with you.
I mean, I
we
was
need
in it.
so much shit on X, dude. There's no video description. There's no VOD playlist. There's no voting. I'm 1,000% with you. There are so many things that I thought they were adding, and they straight up didn't. They led me to believe, man. They even announced a new studio, and guess what? It's the same studio as always with a different link and a dark mode. There's nothing here. It's so sad.
Hey, we got dark
X
mode,
is our
though.
most active one for obvious reasons. You guys hang around the longest. There's more of you, and there are absolutely zero stream features on X, and it's really a bummer. It's really a bummer. I'll bitch about it every single time, dude.
Yeah, that, I was
like
gonna
I
say
said,
you're gonna
made
get
outfit 100%. Get out of here.
see, look. Well, that's all we needed. All right,
More
let
Live
me do
Trades
these-
is winning with 70% of the vote. So if you're someone on the X feed and you want more flow, you better go try to vote them out. They are winning handedly, which means I get to lose money on the show more often.
Well, that's our Monday show.
Oh, I
our
checked the vote
scalp-
and missed a short too. They asked for more live trading, and I missed the entry like I always do. 'Cause I'm
Jeez.
fucking talking.
Oh,
I see what you did there. Only fine, AZ. He said people stay when you give stuff away, so give stuff away. Trust me, man. If I had that power, I would be punting shit left and right.
these CRMs here kind of messy here. This open interest has been kind of sitting in here for a while. I mean, a lot of open interest going back to March in here. Kind of, a lot of volume changing hands with not big open interest changes. I'm not really getting anything specifically out of this.
It's pretty messy.
Contract
Let's see what we got
alone,
going on with it though. I mean, there's a
Yeah,
ton
let
of
me
volume
just-
day over day, but there's not much follow through with that open interest. There's not a whole lot of directionality in those fills. There's a lot of bid and ask side stuff. So really
Yeah,
hard to
it's
tell.
just kind of all over. I mean, just popping back to it one more time there. I mean, your bid and ask is split here about 50-50 here, where it's just not really super clean. Again, just kind of, I mean, 500 yesterday, you only had 163 carryover. 1100 there on 8-7, only 242 carryover. So there's just kind of a lot of contracts changing hands in here. Even here, 3700, you only had 1100 carryover. Almost impossible to know who's who in something like this, but that heat zone read on it, I do kind of like that 2-day out heat zone read there. What were we at for a high here? Did we open up near the high about 196-ish? So 196 kind of was our high. Kind of rejected that 200-ish area already, even that 9-day out. Again, kind of that 200-ish area already kind of rejected that. 37 days out. We got a positive gamma down there at 175. Absolute gamma is 200. I don't think we have anything flow-wise really coming in at scanning. Not really seeing anything in there. Anything interesting in the last 14. Yeah, not where we haven't really looking for kind of like a preemptive piece of premium on here and not really seeing that. Looks like they maybe took some profits off the table yesterday, possibly after that run up there. Yeah, not seeing much there for CRM. Looks like we got LCTX next. LCTX.
LCT. Why do I recognize that? Did we look at this one recently? Got a
I don't
spicy
think so.
penny stock. Look at all that.
We
I was about to say look at all that call premium, but we've only got like 20 volume on it.
Yeah, let me just. We can look at the highest open interest names on it. It's just even kind of looking at that though. I mean, there's not really. I mean, go out 90 days. I mean, nothing there. But the 1.5 call, yeah, just I mean, spikes all over there, and wonder if they're building. Oh, they're building kind of there. I mean, 200, 300 carried over.
Yeah, this is a good example of a position builder.
This one actually, 100 there, no change in open interest there. 200, yeah. I mean, it's like they're building a position, then you get some taken off there. Yeah, position builder right here. 200 carries over, 300 carries over, 100. Yeah, I mean, it's all kind of sitting in there still, but it's not really giving a good directional bias there. This looks like it's that 100 one that kind of came in and closed out back there. So I mean, if we just kind of get that out of the view there, I mean, you don't get a really good clean read on something like that. It's just all over there.
When I see a stock that's like sub $2, my mind instantly goes like, if you want to play the bullish side, it makes sense to me to go the shares route.
Yeah,
you can get 5 shares
because if
one contract.
If I come in here, LCTX, let me just pull this up here. Like if I wanted to get,
let's actually try to do a little bit more charting, because people do like to see charting. I know my charting's all like on the 1 minute and the 3 minute, but we can apply that same logic to long term.
Yeah, like I mean, just kind of like looking at the contracts on here too, like on LCTX, like the spread's so wide on them, you might as well just get 25 shares there instead of pay the ask for a contract that's going to expire. Like, that's not me telling you to go do that. That's just, something I would probably do.
Yeah, fair.
Because it's, and just stick away from this stuff too. I mean, that's what I would do actually, to be honest with you. Absolute gamma is $1.50. I mean, we're sitting on that put wall here. I mean, it's still 9% below us here. A 10-cent move's a 9% move on the dollar stock. So, just keep that in mind. But I mean, it's held that put wall kind of pretty good there. I mean, dollars are gamma here, and then $1.50s are absolute gamma there. So I mean, it's little penny stock there. I'm not seeing too much on that one there. Not seeing too much on that guy there.
Got a homie on the YouTube requesting. Let me scroll. I just lost it. Where'd it go? Oh no.
Was it the ONDS?
Yeah, ONDS request.
All right. Overview or a specific contract?
Straight up ONDS request. We can take a little bit of a look at the earnings too, because they have earnings on Thursday, it looks like.
I was gonna say, yeah, we have earnings coming up.
We can give a quick breakdown of the earnings profile.
Look at those.
Can get spicy sometimes.
Look at the expected moves on those when it was, a little earlier there.
Wow. The expected moves. That's got to be some really high IV contracts.
There's got to be. I mean,
that's crazy.
Like it looks small here, but it's still a 10% move. That's a big move. I wonder what was going on during these quarters where it was that. I mean, 289% expected move, and it only moves 4%. Some premium collectors were pretty happy on that one. I'm gonna
I bet
go out on a limb and say that there. Yeah, let's see what we got here. Let's look at our heat zone here, see if there's anything interesting coming up on that. We're just coming out of that put wall there. Call wall's up here at 10, so we're coming into a little of that dampening resistance area. 2-day out, that's your 10 strike there. 9-day out, again, that 10 there. Absolute gamma is that 10, so kind of expect it to, maybe pin around that area. 37-day. Yeah, it's all that 10 there on there, so not really anything heat zone-wise. How about our premium wise? Anything the last couple days? we've already kind of moved up with all that call premium there too. Just kind of, going with that move there. I don't see what I wonder if this is an exit here. I want to see what this guy looks like. Oh, that's just messy just a lot of messy volume there. Not a big singular hit on anything.
Get that shit out of my chat, thanks.
Let's just do a quick check here, see if there's anything. All right, anything. Yeah, all very, very light volume on these. And look at that heavy open interest on these. Not seeing much on this guy here at all. Not seeing much on ONDS flow-wise there. I would probably say if you're going to try to play earnings on it, wait until that day of and see if there's anything that comes in. I mean, obviously. Oh, it's pre-market tomorrow, so maybe keep an eye out towards the end of the day here. I mean, you see some sneaky flow come in at close usually. So, yeah, otherwise, yeah, I'm not seeing much. What's our implied move again? Was it 10.5? Yeah, 10.65.
A stark difference from Q3 of last year with that almost 290% implied move. Those contracts have to be juiced to all hell, man.
They had to have had some sort of, expected news or something. I mean, for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quarters though with it like that, that's interesting to me. That's interesting. But all right, looks like we're caught up on the chat. Somebody just fell off a chair or something.
Yeah, Tucker's going to abandon us in 2 minutes.
I thought Tucker said he was going to leave at 10. Just liar. Always lying to us, Tucker.
Somebody noted in chat that SPCX is popping. It's up about 5% today. Nothing. Don't worry about
it. Sorry, I had to go turn off my fan.
Oh, that's what that noise was? I thought somebody fell out of a chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, SpaceX. I'm
standing up from my chair. Oh no!
I'm kind of indifferent about SpaceX flow right now. It just seems like I mean, you get some good call flow, then the thing tanks the next day, and then you see put flow, then it shoots up. Like it's just kind of all over.
I just feel like people are harvesting premiums on it in both directions because we talked about at the top of the show that guy that's been shorting $300 calls for the entire existence of SPCX options. Haven't seen him today though. I don't think we've seen him.
Yeah, and I mean these are ones that we found last week on SpaceX here. Let me just pop this out here. So it was that bid side call. Like they're 50% out of the money with 65 days ago. Like we leaned short on these. Like they were almost back to they were break even yesterday. So I mean, like it's just I almost feel like premium selling super far out of the money's more probably a better bet on SpaceX stuff right now. Like watching contracts because like the directional stuff, it's just like it seems like it's kind of working, but then like it's it's so volatile. Like what's our IV on SpaceX right now? Like let's just look at these SpaceX puts. I want to see what that IV is. I mean, it's 77% on these. Like it's down from its IPO stuff and all that, but the post earnings. But I mean, that's still kind of up there for SpaceX.
Yeah,
where
SpaceX
I got to dip for another meeting.
List. All right, man.
All
right, on the flip, Biddy. I'm going to go grab myself a Diet Dew, Anthony. We have a specific contract from our man, a Joe named Joe. If you guys aren't following a Joe named Joe on Twitter, go do that. Dude does tons of great flow and market reads. But I'll be right back. Take that, Len.
Let's take a peek.
And then I'll be back, hopefully, to take a couple more scalps for the homies. Live Trades is winning by a landslide in that vote. I'm going to drop that link again to you homies hanging out in Twitter. Just go get your votes in. You don't got to stick around on the YouTube feed. I am trying to build YouTube up for obvious reasons. But since Twitter/X, the everything app, has basically nothing, we have to run the poll over there. So go ahead and go get your votes in, folks. And that's what we're going to be doing more of on the show. Whatever wins, we're going to lean into. We want you guys to hang around and do stuff with us. So that's what we're going to do. All right, I will be right back.
All right, go get your drinky poo. All right, let's do this. So, Len, the 821.80 put here. So it's 100% multi-leg here. So at least this part is an opener. I want to see what this looks like here. I'm sure Joe already went in and kind of looked there. Ooh, so it's a double ask side put here. So it's an opener on both ends of it here. So it's saying it's put front spread. Yeah, it's an opener here. I'm here. So what are we? How far are these? So 3% out of the money. Oh, that's an interesting one there. I'm gonna look at the heat zone. I'll have Nick look at that multi-leg when he gets back too. But I want to look at the heat zone on this guy here. So we're sitting right in that acceleration right now, 9 days out. Ooh, 85 there. 37 absolute gamma's 85. So we're kind of in line with everything right now, heat zone wise. Do we have any other flow coming in on this thing? There's that big put back here on 730. 730. Yeah, big ask side put there, and it's not a ton there.
A big ass, you say?
Yeah, no, but so Joe sent us an interesting one here. So it's a double ask side put. They're both openers here. So you got double ask side puts here. This one, it's more on the ask side, obviously, but look at the spreads on those. I don't know what you think about those.
Not beautiful.
Yeah,
it doesn't give us a lot of clarity when we can't tell the sidedness of it, because the structure of two combating types of spreads here completely depends on what side those transacted on. Like if the higher strike is BTO, the lower strike is sold to open. We might be looking at something a little more bullish. If it's reciprocated like that, it's a little more bearish. But if we can't get any sidedness to these trades, it's hard to tell. Now, I would almost speculate we're either missing a trade in here that filled sneakily, or it's some wonky ass 1.5 ratio spread where they are getting lesser size on the bought to open, bigger size on the sold to open. But again, without clear sightedness, it's really hard to tell. And that's usually where my speculation ends when I look at multi-legs.
Yeah, I saw it right away. I'm
Great,
like,
it's
hey, at
storming
least we got
again. Let's go. Let's see if we lose another branch into the street.
Baby, let's go!
I still have like a tree-sized branch in my backyard that hasn't been taken care of yet. I should probably do that.
Still,
there's
the
like
one from like 3 months ago.
There's a really cool orb weaver, bright orange, that makes its web in the same spot on that broken ass tree every single day. Why is my camera looking at the ceiling? What are you doing? Still won't track down. What are you doing? There we go. It took my dog out of the camera. But so like it's like I almost don't want to move it now because homie's chill.
He's just living life there. They are smacking Nvidia all day today. I just keep kind of every once in a while I keep tapping over to my flow feed.
Idolize, that better not be a meme coin. I ban meme coins outright, and we can't unban them. So if you get banned for sharing meme coins, you never get to chat again. So be careful with that.
Oh,
and I don't feel bad about it either.
I should have swung those Nvidia calls, man. Dang. I didn't want to over leverage going into CPI though.
No, you printed so hard on Intel. What's your current outlook on Netflix shares? Are your current contracts listed on the side of your portfolio? I don't know what you mean by that second part. I'm also not much of an investor, so I don't even have Netflix shares. I basically have ETFs only.
I mean, I can tell you what the heat zones and stuff look like.
Definitely can. Definitely can. And heat zones, we have a clip out there somewhere. We'll do another one. Anthony, we can tag team that just so we have a general video to share with people about what those heat zones are and how it works, the concepts behind it. We'll do a standalone on that. It gets pretty dry for a live show, but we'll do a standalone on what those mean. Yeah. But we can do a quick read on Netflix as a whole. Let's see if there's any like long-term bullish positions built up.
Yeah, just kind of looking at the premiums here. Premiums are all over the place on this thing right now. I mean, look at all the bid side call premiums there. I mean, you had the big ask side put premium kind of seeing a little move down now. Ooh, hey, what did I move? Whoa, what is this?
I didn't know you could do
that.
What
is this?
I
didn't know you could do that either. Is that a bug?
The price
is that a bug?
The price is moving with it, so I don't know that that's a bug.
No, the price isn't moving with it.
The premiums, I mean.
Oh, I was like,
I'm gonna go to some random page while you continue your read there and see if
yeah,
this is universal.
interesting.
It is
Okay.
universal, and actually, it makes sense, and I'll show you why right now. This is new. I didn't know this was a thing. You can see my screen, right, Anthony?
Yep.
So here we go. Right here. You want to see why this is a good thing? Look at that
Oh, because you got some big premiums up there.
Massive
Just
outlier on the 30th for Microsoft.
on that one though.
Shit.
Just hit the reset and then click the arrow on that though. Like on the nope, sorry, not that. Sorry, click reset again, and then just like hit the number on
Yeah, it
that
jumps
big
up.
day. Yeah, so I mean, you could just do
Yeah,
it
that's
like
dope
that,
as fuck.
too.
That is dope. And yeah, that's why you only see the y-axis on the right moving, because you're moving through the premiums, not the stock price.
I was like, what is going on here,
Dope.
man?
That's new.
I thought I was just like
a full-time
clicking-
Unusual
and-
Whales employee,
'cause-
and I'm still catching new shit.
But well, besides that, I wasn't expecting that. That kind of threw us off a little bit. But yeah, Netflix is kind of premiums all over the place right now. Let's look at the heat zone on this. So 2 days out though, we got some positive gamma up there at 75. We've already kind of. Oops, I want to go back here. Overview. 75 there. I mean, we've already kind of 74.40 was that high point there on the day. So we've already kind of hit that and seeing that dampening rejection effect there. Anything else here 9 days out? We got negative gamma down here at 73. 75 is our absolute gamma. Look at all that acceleration we're sitting on here too, just coming off that call wall. That could be a little
I'll show you
dangerous
a call wall
there. I'm sure you will. Yeah, even that 16-day. I mean, we've already kind of hit those high positive gamma levels. 23 days out though, that 78 looks interesting. But it's not a ton on that dollar figure. Yeah, I'm not seeing too much with Netflix there.
Since we're still on the prop firm account for futures until next week, it looks like I'm gonna do something spicy on the next back test. I'm gonna trade NASDAQ size on the micro NASDAQ on the next back test. They're doing this range shit here. We're kind of staying right within this roughly 100-point range. They're bouncing and buying it up every time. They're selling it off every time they reach kind of the top end of that range. If they don't set a new low of day, I might be inclined to take a short-term long to then turn around and short at the top.
Who are you?
I know, dude. Mysterious things are happening on the show. I got to get better at longing in general, just for me, and also because Monday's going to be extremely trade heavy. I got to get better at playing both directions, man. I can't just stay married to shorts for the rest of my life. Technically, I could, but it makes for a boring ass show, right?
I don't know. It's kind of fun to see you short. It's kind of fun to see you short the uptrend. Kind of fun to see you do that.
Yeah, it works,
especially when you make money on it. I mean, for the most part, though, after that kind of morning move, it's just been kind of choppy. What are we?
Yeah. We're staying. Right, if you're somebody who likes to wheel both directions, we are in a perfect climate for that. The way it's ranging, and the market's gonna keep doing what it's doing until it doesn't. Yeah, pretty. I mean, it's not crazy low for this time of the day, pushing up on 10 a.m. Central.
Usually we're at like 15, 16, I think.
Yeah, it's not like insane low though.
I was hoping a little more volume today, just with that, with CPI. Where are we at as kind of a hole here for August right now? Just want to see that total volume. Oh yeah, look at our total volume on August. Today is so far the lowest volume day. Obviously, we still got time to go, so that's going to change, but now we're a little more in line kind of with that average there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like July, like with how low volume July felt, if you look at that total volume for July, I mean, it's significantly up compared to like last year in 2024. So, I mean, it seems low compared to the 30-day average, but as a whole, I mean, it's coming. But obviously, you have new chains, all that extra stuff coming in. So, I mean, it's,
I'm watching SPX here, and I wonder if they finally lose the floor of this negative gamma zone. They're just getting a little bit closer to the very bottom extreme of the negative gamma range with each drop. Gets bought back up, and then drops down again. So I wonder if we're finally going to get that action that takes out 7740 and gives us a run at that heavy positive gamma. Because you can see here, I'll zoom in a little bit, all of that positive positioning we saw up above that we talked about at the top of the show is dwindling even more. It's basically gone. While the entire time 7725 and 7730 have held strong, with 25 growing, even 20 is growing down below that. So if we get another spicy pop back up into the higher end of that range, I have to short it. Like, I have to, right? Unless this changes,
I couldn't mute my mic.
this trajectory has stayed bearish despite the big recovery-looking pops we've had. I'm gonna have to. If we get a nice push, I would love 7755 to test, but I'll have my eye on 7750 too. And I'll let you know if I jump in something.
Oh, I missed my mute button on that sneeze.
Yeah, you did. It basically echoed.
I woke everybody up. Yeah, we were just kind of trading in that negative gamma.
Making money
I
is
do like
never
seeing that
boring.
SPY
I agree
put
with you,
premium.
man. All right, we do got Full Metal Mechs, one of our repeat homies. Always love seeing you in the chat, homie. Thanks for keeping YouTube alive. Let me drop that contract in here for you, Antony. He wants a BCC look. We got a direct contract alongside a gamma request on the same thing. So I'm glad you guys like those heat zone reads.
Yeah, let's go take a peek. Let's go take a peek here. BCC, so it looks like these came in. Ooh, they're holding whatever. They're still in 602. That was a nice opener there. Just no volume since that. I mean, besides 2 contracts there. Essentially no volume. Let's take a peek here. Let's take a peek. Was that August 3rd? Okay, so I gotta go back one more there. So here's that big entry there. So 600. I mean, there's nothing else on the horizon on this thing. So I mean, it's a clean opener, which is really easy to track there. Now let's take a peek at the tape here.
Yeah, that's
So that tape,
one open interest. Yeah, it's it's new. It's new.
It's a really wide bid ask spread there. I mean, that's 5 cents to $2.60.
I'm leaning long though. That's wide enough, and it's close enough to the ask relative to the bid.
Yeah,
I think that's just a mechanic of filling at the next best price that was available. This is, in my opinion, this is long. The implied volatility fluctuates a little bit in both directions, but given it's 5% out of the money, unless they're really, really confident in something, I'd be hard pressed to think something with 9 days to expiration that close to the money is a short.
That's yeah. What was that big put spike here on the 10th? Though?
Especially after a 2.5% drop. I mean, maybe it is. Maybe I'm wrong. But I would be leaning. I'd be leaning ask side on those.
I would too. I mean. Yeah, and then you got the big put here, another opener. I just want to see how this tape looks here. Oh, look at that big IV spike on the put there, though. Big IV spike there. Spots filling with the ask. Again, another wide bid ask spread. You're seeing that wide bid ask spread, though, because it's low liquidity.
Yeah,
so.
Yep. And
at least it tightens up a little bit there. Yeah. That one looks kind of clean there. And then there's another put on that day as well, the 37-day out one.
I am short, and I'm a little anxious about it because I don't usually trade this kind of size.
You want to pop over and do yours? And then
yeah, I've got it open, and I'm actually going to move my risk down to this current candle because I'm not gonna get fleeced by this. Like I said, they've been ranging. This is a bet that they're going to finally kick out the floor of that negative gamma zone. I moved my risk down to that prior 1-minute candle because that's how I like to trail when I'm ahead. I am ahead today, so I'm being safe. If they wick this out, I imagine they'll give me another entry about 20 points higher. And so taking about $100 loss on this one with the potential to make 5 to 1,000 on it with this range that's set up is worth it to me. So if they take me out, good for them. I'll just do it again when we're a little bit higher.
You should just been ballsy and traded ES.
NASDAQ is way scarier than ES, I promise.
You get those bigger point moves there.
Just oftentimes for no reason. I'm just gonna leave this open. It's basically break even. I want them to get down closer to that low of day. Like I said, on that gamma profile, I want to see if they can finally take out the floor of that negative gamma range. And if I get stopped out, I'm just going to get back in and interrupt you again. It looks kind of like they're going to stop me out here. They're right at the top of my stop. So this is probably going to take me out. All right, I'll let you guys know if I get back in. I think they're going to give it to me in that 80 to 90 range. So I'll take the exact same trade all day. And I kept that risk so tight just because of how this pattern's been going. We just talked about it. They've been going to the bottom of the range, right back to the top of it. That was a quick little bet to see if they can finally kick out the floor. They didn't quite do it yet. So I'll hang on. But we're going to do that again. Don't you worry.
All right. So let's finish BCC here quick. Yeah. I mean, I'd say I almost like that 10, 16, 70 put better than that call. That call, that wide spread's just a little, it kind of scares me. I mean, I still would probably lean buy to
I am
open. I know you
back
said
in it, and
something
I'm
about
about to
that.
take profit again already. Literally the exact same pattern. I'm taking it. I'm taking it. 10 points is all you need in that context.
Woo!
That felt good. That felt good. Literally the same trade. They literally rejected my stop.
You never told me your liquidity.
I'm the liquidity, y'all.
You
Now
are
all I have to do
liquidity.
is wait. I want to see if this sets as a true stair step right here at that 880 spot. And if it does, back tests to the bottom of that are going to be a short, just like this one was. They back tested to the bottom, pretty much to the tick of this stair step down. Rejected. That was a good short. They did the same thing here, kind of, but it wasn't as clean. That's why I kept that risk so tight. I didn't even do a 1-to-1 on that. That was like a 0.25 to 1. Now I want to see if they can finally kick out the floor at that 851 that they've been holding as support. Ooh. Nice little lick there. I need them to bounce back up for the back test before I chase into it, though. Otherwise, it's just the risk to reward ratio is dog shit. So we're keeping an eye on that. But right now, we are sitting ready, folks. I got no complaints. Let's finish this BCC heat zone.
All right.
Once I get a new setup and a new short, I will hoot and holler and scream. Y'all will hear it for sure.
Yeah, I'm looking at the heat zone. That 9 days out, though, you got that 87.50 as your absolute gamma. That is your biggest strike here, too. I mean, I like the heat zone on that one there. I see what you're talking about there, Full Metal, about that one there. I like that 87.5 there. What are we down, $2? Yeah, I mean, you're sitting kind of, I mean, you got a little ways to that put wall there, about a little over 3.5% there. I'm just kind of looking at how it's moved in that put wall there. I mean, that call wall's acted as heavy resistance here. I mean, we've failed there. Can't zoom back. Yeah, it's failed in that call wall there, so it looks like it's kind of trying to do that. Got to see what we do there. I mean, that put wall's kind of light there, but I do like that 9-day out gamma there. Yeah, that's kind of a tricky one because you had some put flow, and you had that call flow, and then you're coming right up to that gamma flip here too. So it's about $1 below, so 82.89 there. So I mean, we're really close to that gamma flip there too. So that's something to kind of keep an eye on there as well. But yeah, I don't dislike the call. I just dislike that spread on the calls. I would probably lean buy to open. It's a toughie there. It's kind of one that I'd probably watch more so than anything.
Come on, Nazi, give me a bounce.
Hey, Wendy's is getting some action here. 918.9 call. Oh, they're up 11% today. Up 11% today already. All right, we're not chasing 11% of stuff. We are not doing that. I just want to look at my tape here. Dude, my tape is so quiet today. Look at those Intel calls that came in.
My filter's been really quiet lately in general, but mine's pretty restrictive.
Like well, mine is too, but like look at those Intels that came in right open. That's why I don't like chasing flow right at open, because these are, I mean, there's 9 days on them. Obviously, anything can happen, but you're in at 293. They're already down to 212, so you're down already, and you're chasing something that was up 4% at open too. Like, that's why I like to let that flow kind of settle down for like 10 minutes. But yeah, I mean, my tape is just dry. I mean, you got some long core weave stuff 400 days out, but do you want to chase something that's up 18%? Probably not. Nvidia calls, yeah, not too much. Yeah, my tape is just dry, and then you had that Burlington whale there. Ooh. ETF flow, anything interesting in here? Nothing really interesting. Market ties just kind of jumbled together too. I mean, you got all call premiums leading the way, then you got put premiums, ask and out of the money, ask side, then your out of the money calls or bid side, heavy negative net volume. That's a messy market tide to really kind of get a true direction on things there. It's I like seeing the out of the money premiums up more, since you're seeing more of that speculative flow come in versus all. There's when I see that all kind of premium kind of leading the way, typically it seems like it's kind of one of those slower, trendier, kind of choppier days there.
Yeah, and again, Meta, which we looked at earlier, alongside Tesla, which we looked at earlier, are very much carrying that negative premium.
Yeah.
Same thing goes in NVIDIA CoreWeave on the call side.
Yep.
So always good context to have. I do hope sometime we'll be able to have a setting that lets you remove the outliers to get a better read.
Yeah.
I do believe that is in discussion. That'll be dope.
Because, I mean, and, you know, you just use your imagination a little bit too. Like, hey, you know, without NVIDIA and CoreWeave here, you know, adding 92 million to the call premiums here, what do you think our call premiums are going to kind of look like without that? They're probably flat here, and kind of the same for Tesla and Meta here. Like, you know, we're going to be kind of flat there, and net volume's a little different. I do. Oh, hey, you can click on net volume there and get that there. I know you could do it for this part there. I think it's just getting that time there. Yeah, I like that. I wonder. Speaking of things there, like let's go to NVIDIA here. I haven't tried it. I don't know if they did it. I apparently click around and always find new little changes to the thing. But if I click, oh, you can't do it on here. Do you think they're going to add in or pass a suggestion along, like market tide, if you can click on your net? Ooh, I don't want to hide my put premiums there. Like if you can click on your net premiums here and pull up that flow at the time there, just kind of like market tide as well. That'd be kind of useful, I think.
Yeah,
I think that'd be useful. Especially when you get those kind of big odd outlier spikes there throughout the day, and you're like, hey, what came in at this time? What came in at this time? Could save a little time. Look at me coming up with suggestions like I own the place.
I'm a fan of saving time, because the more stuff I have to look at, the more time it takes, the less interested I become in that trade. Generally.
Yeah.
I want NASDAQ to pop way more than this before I put on size like that again.
We're coming up into a little resistance there, that 77.45 there.
But it's basically a blip, and we are seeing some of that lower positioning rise. But that 77.25 is still standing strong. I still want to see them kick out the floor. I want them to lose the entirety of that negative gamma range. Now, mind you, that 77.45 positive gamma is newly positive. That was negative a few minutes ago. So that positioning is moving up a little. As someone who wants them to kick out the floor for shorts, I hope it becomes a dampening to the upside move rather than the launch point to squeeze back through that negative gamma zone. That would be my ideal. But we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of growing that positioning up here a little bit. 7,800 there, 7,790 on that update. All that positioning is kind of growing up here, kind of dropping off a little bit down here. See if we get through that 77.45 though. What is hitting my tape? Shake Shack, 9% out of the money. We got earnings in 80 days, almost 78 days. There's some Shake Shack flow I saw yesterday, too. I don't think I liked something on it, though. Let's take a peek in our tape. A little IV drop on these, actually. Spot fills at the ask. What's our price? So,
all right, I caught that short. I'm about to fuck off of it. This can bounce right back up off this 850. If this drops to 10 points or up 15 now, I'm going to take it. Again, the reversal can be violent with how much negative gamma is above us. We're right at the bottom of it. Let's see what they do here. I want this 1 minute to reject and not go higher on the 30-second halfway point of the 1 minute candle. I want it to go lower. If it goes higher, I'm flattening. See, I really want that new low, boys.
Come on, really Trump tweet to the downside.
Low. Oh, God.
Trump tweet to the downside.
Yeah, just so it can wick 100 points up first, stop me out, then knife.
Hey, wick 100 points down first. That's all that matters.
Come on, kick out that floor. Give it to your boy. I don't think it's going to go down to 814. That's just in case a wick like this happens. My target's just right below here. That's what I want. It doesn't look like they're going to give it to me. They're going to back test first. I'm going to take that off. We will take 10 points on one NQ size. That's fine with me. Now I want them to come back up basically right there. You see that 880 spot that we kept shorting earlier? I want that to maintain resistance to keep taking that same trade over and over again. Otherwise, the back test can basically go as high as 910 and stay bearish. And you know damn well I'm not going to sit through that kind of drawdown. All right, here we go. Give me those 880s without breaching. 884 is basically where I want. That's been a rejection and a support all morning. That's what I want them to get to. Otherwise, if they don't, I have about a 10-point stop if I wanted to chase in now. But we have so much negative gamma above us, folks, that this can reverse violently. So stop staying tight if I try another short here. We're right on 884 now. I'm not going to chase it yet. I want to see it reject. Otherwise, they're just going to reclaim on me. I'll get caught off sides. We're not playing that game.
Yeah, you're right in the middle of that positive gamma right now, too. Exactly in the middle of it.
I'm getting tempted here. I don't like the candle close above 880 to jump into a short quite yet. So I'm going to see if they back test a little higher for me. Maybe 897s and 905s. I'm going to take it there. I'm putting my stop right where we are. We're keeping risk tight. We just won one. We're not giving it back. Really, really tight risk on this. Only 6 points versus the usual 10 to 15. All right, I want this rejection to play out. I need them to test 64 from above. Otherwise, if they hold on to that 884 spot, I'm going to lose my bearish tone entirely for a little bit here, and this might be the last trade. But let's see what they give me. I would love them to test 850s again while I'm still in it, preferably. Because like I said, if they stop me out, this is my last trade of the morning. And we're right at my stop. Again, really tight risk management on this one. Just because, like I was saying, look at all of that negative gamma above us. If they stick the landing here, that acceleration is going to happen. We also have a nice pop in net call premium here as well. If we don't reject basically here, they're going to take me out, and I'll be done for the morning. We ended on profits. All right, they're going to tag me here. 3 points away. This is going to happen, I think. Let them. Let them.
Just chopped here for 3 hours.
That'd be funny as hell. I'd rather they stop me. All right, there we go. We got stopped out. Now what I'm kind of looking for is this U shape to complete. You can see kind of an inverse head and shoulders here. If they back test to these 850s without me, that's fine. But if they back test it and hold it, that's going to be my trigger to long this with a stop below that last low. So we'll keep an eye on that and let them do what they're going to do. We got 15 minutes left in the show, folks. Last call for flow reviews. If you have a ticker we haven't looked at that you want broken down, or a contract you saw that was interesting, let's go ahead and break that down. We've got 15 minutes left. We can look at GME. I'm willing to bet it looks like a shit show.
Yeah, we can take
I'm willing to bet.
GME. Why not?
Gimme.
Why not? Why not? Oh, big spike in that put premium yesterday on it. I just want to see what that was quick. Yeah, that guy.
Oh yeah, they're down.
There,
they're down at lows. I think she said they're at the yearly low.
Oh, these were 19% in the money. Yeah, well, whatever this person's doing, you know, they're out anyways.
They can do what they
want.
Let's
look at the heat zone. Yeah, if you're getting 19% of the money contracts, you do whatever you want. Because I'm not going to try to track.
You
that.
have the funds
Absolutely
to do whatever
not.
the hell you want.
That's absolute gamma was at 25. 2 day out. You're just sitting on negative gamma, just kind of messy there. 9 days out. You got a little positive gamma up there at 20 and some negative gamma at 19. 16 days out. Yeah, I mean, all the gamma kind of, it's shorter term there. We're sitting right on the negative gamma, but kind of, week out, 16 days out, kind of seems, a lot of that's kind of to the upside there. It's so messy where you don't really get a clean direction, though. I mean, I'd say if I'm looking at any of the heat zones that look good, it's going to be that 16-day out one, maybe that 9-day out one with that positive gamma above us. So you got negative gamma there, too. So, I mean, yeah. GameStop, I don't really trade it as much now. Like I touched one piece of flow on it this year and I got kind of reamed on it. So I'm like, yeah, I treat it as a lotto. Like I know people don't like to hear that, but it's kind of a lotto piece of flow if I'm taking anything flow wise on it. Yeah, just kind of looking at that spot price. I mean, your put wall's way down there at 16. You're sitting in a negative gamma. It's a tough one to kind of touch right now. And I don't think there's anything for flow today. Yeah, not really anything for flow. I like when we get those big, like 10,000 openers that are like 3 months out. Like, that's what's interesting
and it's like
to
crystal clear directionally. Yeah.
me. Yeah.
Those are getting
And
rare,
positive-
it feels like sometimes.
Hey, Brewing Kid's gonna have to come back and get his bag eventually. So
Shit that looks like insider trading is getting more common though. Interesting.
God, just yeah.
I I do think that earnings play on team was an insider.
Oh, the
I
one
do
that
think
had
so.
like 6 hits on it.
Yeah, just all day spamming ask transactions on calls. I made a short on that. You guys can check that out on the Unusual Whales YouTube after the show. We'll be done here in about 10 minutes or so. Definitely go check out the YouTube shorts. There's a lot of cool shit. My companion Arthur does a lot of really cool on the street shit over there. So if you're not tuned into the YouTube shorts on Unusual Whales' channel, do that. There's some cool shit. That's also where I do the flow review shorts of what I suspect. Can't say for sure for I don't know who did it and legal reasons, but I suspect to be insider trades. That one probably was. But yeah,
almost like that little 5K whale that turned 5K into like 1 million.
dude.
What was that on? That was like I forgot what ticker that was. I mean, you see it so
I can
much.
check. I think I made a video for
that.
that fucker too.
I think you did too. Yeah, that was just.
Oh, that actually the earnings one was 4 million to 19 million. Let me just go. I'll go over and pop over while you take a look.
There's so many of them where it's like.
Yeah, it's rampant. We have blanket requests, but we also have one specific contract. So we'll start with that specific contract.
Yeah.
The Poet, $8.50 call for August 14th. And then after that, we'll do a blanket read on AAOI because we haven't looked at that bad boy in a minute.
Man, I have not seen Poet Flow for a while. Poet Flow's been really quiet since kind of that massive
run up that
here.
we missed and got made fun of for.
Yeah. There's it looks like a big chunk of that kind of came in on 722, but you're seeing a lot of volume in here with not big open interest changes, and then you got some there on the 4th that came in, carried over. This almost kind of looks, I mean, somewhat like a position builder. It's hard to tell because you're not getting that full open interest carry over. But I mean, you got 3,500 there on the 4th. Most of that carried over. 5,700 there on the 6th. A lot of that carried over. And then you got 1,000 there. So I mean, it almost looks like this is possibly a position builder-ish type flow there. Obviously, again, it's hard to tell because now you got 1,000 there. Not a massive open interest change. Almost 2,000 there. Only 1,000 open interest change. I'd say it, if I had to guess, it looks like a lot of it's probably still in there. They're 5% in the money and they expired this week.
And half of that volume from yesterday carried over. So there was a new position built in yesterday.
Yeah, it looks like most of it's still in there. I just want to kind of look at the tape here. I don't know if we're gonna get much from the tape with it being.
Well, Metal says Poet is a clown show. I'm inclined to agree, man.
Yeah, I mean the way these come in, I mean, you get a nice spike in that IV spot is filling at the ask. I mean, I'd read it as a buy and look, then you get kind of a drop there in that IV, and it's tough. It's tough when it's in the money because when you're seeing those 1 cent changes in the stock, you're gonna see that. The IV change a little bit more since your Greeks are a little different with them in the money. Your delta's a lot higher when you're in the money. I mean, and then you get it rising again here with that IV, with that stock price dropping. I mean, I'd probably lean buy to open on them if you made me trade it. I mean, it's kind of all over the place, but I'd probably lean buy to open on it. I just want to, oops, shit, I gotta go back. No, this one right here. I want to look at the heat zone on it there. God, dude, you know how many tabs I open and then I close and then I'm like, shit, I needed that tab. It's so bad. It's bad. Put wall's way down there below us. We're kind of coming up into that call wall. Yeah, I mean, we're coming into that heavy positive gamma at 9. That's your absolute gamma there too, 9 days out. Yeah, just kind of coming into all that heavy positive gamma 23 days out. I was a little above us there. Yeah, I don't, I'd lean buy to open on that contract if you made me trade it. It's just you're in the money too. So like if they're, if they really wanted to exercise those shares, they could, and you won't know until the open interest updates tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of avoid the in the money stuff. Like 4 or 5% of the money, it's not bad, but it's just if you're tracking that whale and they
when you
exercise
start
those,
getting into shit that's like 50% in the money,
yeah,
that's arbitrage most likely. Like that's usually overwhelmingly big money. Arbitraging shares and positions. It's
I usually cap mine at like 10%. 10% is kind of my sweet spot. Like got to be really convicted on it if you're going to take it. And
I don't hate it.
Trusting that whale to, still be in there. Because if they exercise it and you're just tracking that whale, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah.
But yeah, not really anything.
It is fun to catch exercises, though. We caught that NVTS one forever ago, that $4 call, and they exercised that shit when it was like trading at $15, and I was just like, well, I suck. Real quick, though, let's end on a high note, baby. I caught that short right to my target at 850. I'm watching this 1 minute open to see if they push back up or if they're going to finally flush it like we've been waiting for. You bastards. I'm going to let this play out here. I'm going to keep my stop mentally right above this current candle. Because like I said, the back test can be violent. We've been looking at it happen in that range all day. I would love this to flush and give me that new low. Let's see what they do here. If this goes up on the 32nd, we're gone. I will take $250 to close out the last trade of the show today, folks. I'm not going to be mad with that at all. So what we're going to do now, everybody, the overwhelming result of the vote was more live trades. So what I'm going to start doing is we're going to get more affiliates in here who trade intraday zero-date options, who trade futures like Anthony and I do with these SPX market maker positioning profiles. And we'll try to make it a little bit more interesting throughout the show. So if nothing else, if there's anything else you want to see more of, if you want to see more guests, if you want to see more market experts, if you want to see hedge fund managers, tell me what you want to see. Tag me at NicholasFNS on the Twitter, on the Twix, the X, the everything app that has nothing. Give me a tag, what you want to see. If you have a favorite big name trader, a favorite manager of any kind, a favorite speaker, let me know. And I will try to get them on the show. And by try, I mean, damn it, I'll do it. But until then, folks, thanks for those of you who voted, gave me a little bit of better idea of what you want to see. Thanks for those of you who hung out the whole show. I know today's was a little bit slower than usual, but we got some pretty damn good trades in there. Anthony opened up the show with a 100% trade on Intel, for fuck's sake. Killing it on WhaleWatch. But again, always let us know what you want to see. I will tailor the show to what you guys are interested in. Otherwise, what the hell's the point of having a show if nobody's interested? You feel me? Feel me? So what we're going to do is we're going to get out of your hair today, folks. Thanks for kicking it with us for the last 2 hours. Monday morning, hopefully everything will be set up. We'll be back on the personal account, and Monday's going to be extremely intraday trading heavy moving forward. Flow's going to be heavy on Wednesdays, but we're going to keep those trades alive on both days of the show. Just keep coming in, folks. Keep hanging around. Let me know what you want to see so I can bring it to you, and we'll catch you guys Monday morning. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you then. Take care, folks.
See you, everybody. See ya.